Wednesday, April 13th. And the first order of business is public comment. Is anyone here from the public that would like to speak? No one votes. Perfect. The next item is the approval of the minutes of our most recent meeting, which was March 9th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? There's a motion by Commissioner Moore, seconded by Director Alvini. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is approval of the legal bill of Noni Lopes, Deborah West for February and March of 2016 for $11,593.90. Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Great. The next item is legal services bill for Adler Pollock and Sheehan for February 2016 for $1,285.60. Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is a list of ratifications to the tune of $3,574,592.40. These are all items that are previously before the board. Mr. Croft, these are items I'm assuming all four bridges.
They are. And Mr. Chairman, fellow board members, Eric is out of town. He's not here. I will do my best to answer any and all questions. I would have to refer possibly to Joe Levesque, our deputy, who's much more knowledgeable in these areas than I am.
Well, first we'll start with a motion, then we'll get some questions. Is there a motion to ratify? There's a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item relates to spare parts for our new collection, total collection system. Thank you for providing all this level of detail. And it's a not to exceed cost of $57,000. Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions?
Yeah.
Director Alvini.
This is like to do directly with the other point, this is to do with the integration up there, the integration. Part of the package will be this, we might into the spare parts. So we're going for the board, we don't expect to use them any in the near future. We need them here just once.
You do repairs out of this facility?
We do.
Any other questions? Any other comments? I'm trying to turn it. I can't hear what's going on.
Mr. Chairman, just to let you know, we are working with the company to take care of this problem.
Okay.
So we'll have to switch that. We can just shut it off totally.
I think if we don't, we should bring them up and fire them the next one.
That sounds good to me.
Perfect. Let's look at that.
I'm sitting in this room for a day.
What? All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item relates to putting front cameras in our two open road tolling lanes. The financial effect is $39,000. Thank you very much. $586.75. Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second. Any questions?
What does this do?
This gives us an opportunity to get pictures. We currently get back, this picture's front. This is, once we started testing the system, the new integration, we felt that this was something we wanted to add to it. This helps us with making sure we're not only, you get two shots of ensuring you're capturing the right plate, the right image. It has to do with current people going through, and it has to do with those that try to get through and maybe, just maybe, they came through and sometimes you cover a rear plate, sometimes you cover it, so it gives you 2 bites of the apple.
And who's going to perform the installation and do this
This is actually going to be Schneider.
Schneider.
This is part of the contract we have with them, but we decided after the start that let's add this and move on to some questions.
Any other questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item relates to a in-depth inspection / survey of the roadway and drainage system that is, I guess, going this way through, over towards North Kingstown and a little piece onto Route 1A.
Yeah, and let me talk about it briefly, and then if there's questions, Joe will obviously would answer them. When we took over the roadway several years ago, almost 3 years ago, I guess now, we felt the condition of the road was probably not quite as up to speed as some of the people at DOT thought at the time. We now think that there is a pretty good potential. We're going to have to repair parts of the roadway or replace. This is the work to actually go in and see an in-depth inspection to see, this is the condition of the roadway. This is part of our 10-year plan. It's not going to be something that comes out of left field, but this is, that's what this is all about.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item relates to this structure over here, our maintenance building. I know when this was originally constructed in 2012, that, or renovated, I should say, the idea was always that maybe if we did take on more responsibility, which we obviously have, we would be able to utilize that second floor. And right now, it's kind of a shelled space. And the idea would be that we would procure services for $135,000 to actually finish it off so it can be acceptable offices. Is that correct?
Bingo. What happened was, we put a loft in the maintenance area, and that whole back, I said, let's start it off with potential. In the front part of that, there is a little office space with 5 or 6 people looking at it to the left. There's no window, you can't see it, there's 5 or 6 people sitting there. That needs to be, there needs to be some renovations there. There needs to be, if you look, there needs to be a stairway and things of that nature. In addition, now that we're also preparing the rest of it, so if additional bodies needed up there, we'll be ready for that eventuality. There have obviously been discussions with some of our sister agency at the state level about possibly taking on some work down the road. This would prepare us for that. But the first part, even if there were no additional responsibilities coming, that first part we need to address, separate part of this.
And this is just to go out to bid, basically.
That's exactly.
So we'll come out of contract.
That's exactly
for
right.
us.
We had an architect come in, design what needs to be done, there's a stairway, and this work will rehab it, and will be in conformance with all of the applicable requirements.
And this office space is your leasing
Yes.
out?
This will be employees in particular direction.
Do you have a motion to approve?
So move.
There's motion, second. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item relates to our paint program. In the past year or so, we brought our painting inside to a certain extent. And this would be to provide tools, equipment, all the various necessities of this individual's job.
And all I would have to say about this is, we had a national search, we hired someone with a whole bunch of interior and qualifications, credentials, that runs in the circles. We are now, some of the main staff is going through training, and this would get the proper equipment here for us. When you look at asset management, these are things that we can do in-house. We have to crawl before we walk, and we walk before we run. This will get us started. This is a tremendous step in the right direction for the authority. Eric we met with Thousand Island Bridge more than once, who brought floor. He does all his painting in-house. I don't see that on the horizon, but I do see us taking on things in-house that will preclude us from going out to bid and hiring people. I think it'll save quite a lot of money in the future. We are looking at potentially, possibly, the railing, there's some railings up here that need work. There's a little rough, that's a constant thing, we always put that out to private contractors. We think we can handle those things in-house. We're not talking about the superstructures, but we are talking about things. There'll be some work over on the Jamestown Bridge in terms of the railings over there. So I think this is a tremendous step in the right direction when we look at asset management, and this is the first way we obviously need the equipment in-house.
What is the, I'm sorry.
No, motion, well, you can make a motion. There's a motion, is there a second? Director Ali.
What's the scope of the kind of work that you can do with this?
Joe, can you answer that? I really can't.
On the Whitehall Bridge, there's some curb faces that need repairing, some of the railings out there, also the rail caps, need painting, the stanchions. Also, another example would be Bridge 839 in North Jamestown. It's a small overpass to the access road. The bridge is in pretty rough condition underneath. So actually, it's out of the general view, it's out of traffic. It's a perfect place to try different coatings, different equipment, and a great place to bring the crew up to speed. So that's another example. And then, like I said, with the Jamestown Bridge railings, we could do that in-house. Any type of maintenance that we see, now that we have the super, we can get to different areas on the bridge where we don't have to outsource this type of work, be done in-house. And then as the qualifications grow, the scope will be able to grow with the crew's qualifications. So that's the plan.
How many crew?
Right now, there's going to be a foreman and a two-man crew, and possibly looking to bring on an additional 2 men, so 5.
If in fact this proves, I remember, my memory serves me, I don't think it was 3, I thought I saw a $5 million estimate figure for the railings over in Jamestown. We would put that at $5 million. So, we think that we can tackle that, we're gonna jump in and say.
I'll be interested to see how you become.
So you will,
Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next item is a bid award to All Island Landscape relating to mulch services throughout all the various communities where our bridges touch, Jamestown, Newport, Bristol, Portsmouth, and Tiverton. And the dollar figure is $41,800. Do you have a motion?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Croft, any report?
The only report I would have is that we did put in the packet. There were some road races coming up. Be aware of some various events coming up you should be aware of. In addition, I think that with the integration that's being done out in the lanes, I suspect and I think that there will be some opportunity to, you may have some delays down the road. The biggest delay was with the ORT lane. Now that that's open in both directions, there will be, we will always have 2 cash lanes open in each direction until the construction is going until the 3rd week of May. Yesterday, but things happened, in a toll plaza. Yesterday, there were 2 open westbound, and then we had a window that fell out of one of the injured employee in one of the booths. We had to close down, we're down to 1 lane. Probably about 20 minutes. There was a small backup. Once that got up, once we were able to open that up, we were fine. I do suspect moving forward, there will be some drips and drabs of a little bit of traffic delay, but I think it will be few and far between, I hope. And I don't think it will be clearly, we had a little bit of challenge when the ORT lane was closed in this direction. With little exception, we're done closing the ORT lane until sometime through the weekend. So I'll keep you posted. So far, so very good. It's a lot of synchronization behind the scenes to get all this work done. And so far, so good. So I will keep the board posted.
Any questions, Mr. Croft?
One quick question.
Sure.
We talked about the legislation and then we just see legal fees. Do you have an update on, did it get passed or where are we?
We are, it has been 4 of the bills, there were 4 bills introduced. 4 have been heard by the state senate, and they're holding, and I don't suspect that there is much concern over those passing. 2 were heard by the House. I talked to the sponsor just yesterday. They're going to be hearing the other 2, and there will be 2 sub-As introduced, which the governor's people, the House and the Senate are completely supportive of. So I don't suspect there'll be a challenge with the legislation passing based on what the House, Senate is represented to me at this point in time. So I think we'll be good to go.
Correct. Is there a need, unfortunately, we're going to have a personnel matter in executive session. It was not posted appropriately, so we're not going to be able to go and talk about that in executive session. But we will have information to pass out to the board members as we leave. Do we have a need for executive session on these other 2 items?
No, not at all. Absolutely.
Anything for the good of the order? We have a motion to adjourn. So moved. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, motion carries. Mike?
Yes.
Thank you.